To Xiao Yan's surprise, the formidable opponent he dreaded turned out to be Qing Lin, the maid from the Iron Mercenary Group. As the story continues, a cold shout from the shadowy figure echoed, and the space in front of him instantly distorted. Suddenly, over a dozen figures appeared out of thin air. A barrage of fierce palm strikes hurled towards Xiao Yan. Like a phantom, Xiao Yan flickered and dodged the attacks with a series of agile maneuvers, but was forced to retreat several steps. Steadying himself, Xiao Yan looked up at the dozen or so black-clad figures in midair, his brows furrowed. The two leading black-robed elders had reached the Dozun level, while the others were all peak Dozong experts. Assembled together, their sheer number and power far surpassed Xiao Yan's group. Chai Yin muttered gravely, "Most of these people are powerful figures from the Nine Nether Earth underworld Python tribe." Xiao Yan nodded. "This woman has control over their bodies, yet their consciousness remains intact. Truly a bizarre technique." Witnessing this, Xiao Yan's heart tightened. Despite his apprehension, the pill beast was something he had to obtain. "Do you need us to step in?" Little fairy doctor asked, seeing the shadowy figure summon such a large number of powerful experts. "No need. Guard the perimeter, prevent anyone from approaching, and don't let her escape." Xiao Yin shook his head, and with a wave of his hand, the heavenly demon puppet and tin earth demon puppets appeared instantly, charging fearlessly towards the formidable group. "I'd like to see what tricks you have up your sleeve," Xiao Yan said, his expression stern. With a flash of silver light at his feet, he appeared in front of the shadowy figure like lightning. The shadowy figure hurriedly retreated in the face of Xiao Yan's swift attack, and when she could retreat no further, she clasped her hands together, forming a strange hand seal with lightning speed. With a cold shout, a beam of eerie green light shot towards Xiao Yan. When the green light touched him, Xiao Yan felt a sudden, intense throb in his soul at the center of his forehead, as if it was about to be torn from his body. Faced with this unexpected turn of events, Xiao Yan was terrified. He quickly steadied his soul, forcibly suppressing the unusual agitation. What a bizarre spell, he thought. Though he had managed to control the fluctuations of his soul, he still felt a chill run through him. Then, he punched fiercely into the void, the terrifying force of the punch crossing the space and striking the shadowy figure. However, as his punch landed, a green light flashed across his opponent's body, absorbing most of the impact. Despite this, Xiao Yan's powerful punch still forced the shadowy figure to retreat rapidly. "Hand over the pill beast," Xiao Yan demanded. Despite being repeatedly pushed back, the shadowy figure remained stubborn. The pill beast in her hand disappeared mysteriously under the cover of the green light. Her hand seals changed rapidly, and a dazzling green light surged out from beneath her ghostly mask. Demonic pupil control. In an instant, the mask condensed into a giant green eye. 3 small green snakes coiled around the outside of the pupil, swirling and emitting a strange power. The moment that demonic green eye appeared, Xiao Yan suddenly felt his body stiffen, as if, in that instant, his control over his own body was stripped away. Though shocked, Xiao Yan remained calm. His power did not solely rely on his physical body. The vast soul force hidden in his brow surged out rapidly, condensing into a slightly ethereal figure in front of him. The figure's fist imprint changed and then swung out fiercely. The demonic eye trembled violently before slowly dissipating, and the heavy soul force attack sent the shadowy figure flying backward, crashing into the wall of the pill chamber. Her mask cracked at that moment. Xiao Yan quickly moved in front of the shadowy figure, grasped his hand, and the mysterious heavy ruler appeared, hovering at her throat as he asked, "Are you ready to hand over the pill beast now?" The shadowy figure stubbornly raised her head and glared angrily at Xiao Yan, answering with defiance. Xiao Yan's anger surged, but he suddenly froze. Beneath the broken ghostly mask was a delicate, oval face. Though filled with defiance, Xiao Yan's gaze was drawn to the girl's eyes. Those beautiful, green-tinted eyes had 3 small green dots slowly rotating around the pupils, emitting a strange aura. Azure Serpent Triflower Pupil. An extremely rare and bizarre pair of eyes, their rarity perhaps surpassing even Little Fairy Doctor's woeful poison body. Xiao Yan had only seen them once before, years ago in the Jiama Empire, within the mercenary group formed by his eldest and second brothers. At that time, the owner of the Azure Serpent Triflower pupil was a timid and weak little girl, often subjected to discrimination and ridicule due to her serpent bloodline. Out of sympathy for her tragic experience, Xiao did not treat her as a maid but encouraged her and provided her with much care. When he returned from his training in the Great Desert, he found that the little girl had been captured by the Mo clan. To rescue her, Xiao went to great lengths, causing a huge commotion in the Mo clan. But in the final moments, she was taken away by the people from the Heavenly Serpent Mansion. Although Yao Lao said that the Heavenly Serpent Mansion would treat her well, she always remained the little girl in Xiao heart. That little girl was named Qing, the owner of the Azure Serpent Triflower pupil. As Xiao stared into those eyes, a strong sense of familiarity surged through him, and he almost couldn't help but exclaim, "You're Qing." Hearing Xiao exclamation, the girl was also stunned, looking at him with eyes full of surprise and doubt. "How do you know my name?" This question made Xiao surprise even more profound. He never would have imagined that the formidable opponent he dreaded so much was the little maid from his past. Little Fairy Doctor and the others also came over, their eyes sweeping over the two of them in confusion. Xiao, unable to contain his smile, moved the mysterious heavy ruler away from Qing throat and said with a grin, "Little girl, do you remember this ruler?" Qing blinked, her gaze scrutinizing the massive, mysterious heavy ruler. There was something eerily familiar about it, and even the young man smiling in front of her seemed like someone she had known, as if these things were deeply embedded in her memory. Tagore Desert, Iron Mercenary Group in the Jiama Empire. Xiao gently reminded the pensive Qing with a smile. Hearing this, Qing body trembled violently. Her eyes widened as she stammered, "Young Master Xiao, finally remembered, did you?" Xiao chuckled, instinctively patting Qing head as he sighed with emotion. It's been so many years. She was well aware of the care Xiao had shown her back then. Later, in the Heavenly Serpent Mansion, she learned that Xiao had risked his life to rescue her from the Mo clan. She had cried for a long time then, still a timid girl, thinking she was just Xiao maid and never imagining he would take such risks for someone so insignificant. The little fairy doctor and the others watched this emotional reunion with a sense of realization. Ziyin muttered softly, "What exactly is going on here?" Xiao looked at Qing and spoke softly, "I'm fine, Xiao." Qing responded hastily, her childhood memories so deeply ingrained that despite her now formidable strength, she still felt like a child standing before a strict parent when facing Xiao. Xiao smiled and said, "If you don't mind, you can call me Brother Xiao." "No, I'd rather call you Young Master Xiao." Qing quickly shook her head, her hands nervously intertwined. Despite her appearance, she hardly resembled the master who had caused chaos among the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld clan. Xiao asked, "Back then, I rescued you from the Mo clan, but you ended up in the hands of the Heavenly Serpent Mansion. Did they treat you well?" Qing nodded. "They treated me very well, and even wanted me to become the leader of the Heavenly Serpent Mansion. However, the elders tried to marry me off to the eldest son of the former leader, which I refused, so I left quietly." In truth, Qing had not revealed everything. After escaping, she returned to the Jiama Empire and learned that Xiao had gone to the Central Plains. So, she traveled thousands of miles to find him. Partly, it was for the adventure, but mostly it was to seek out the person who had left such a deep impression on her heart. Fortunately, her efforts paid off, and the person she had been searching for all these years finally appeared before her at the most unexpected moment. "Young Master Xiao, this?" Qing eyes suddenly flashed green, and a small snow-white beast appeared in her hands. As soon as it was released, it leaped into Xiao arms. Xiao gently stroked the pill beast, a wry smile forming on his lips. "Do you need this pill beast? I want to use its blood to neutralize the poison in my body." Qing hesitated for a moment before extending her arm. Xiao then inquired about the poisoning situation. Qing explained that it was the Emperor Python heart-eroding poison of the 9 Nether-Earth Underworld Python clan, a rare and highly toxic poison reputed to have no cure. Xiao Yin continued to ask how Qing Lin had offended the 9 Nether-Earth underworld clan. Qing Lin, feeling aggrieved, replied that she had initially gone to the beast region to find powerful serpent-like magical beasts. Unfortunately, she encountered an elder of the 9 Nether-Earth underworld python clan. The elder recognized her azure serpent triflower pupil and tried to capture her. Qing Lin resisted and managed to subdue the elder, but in the last moment, he sent out a message, causing the entire 9 Nether-Earth underworld clan to hunt her down. Qing Lin had to capture some members of the clan. Hearing this, Xiao Yin smiled and reassured her, "Don't worry, although this poison is tricky, it's not without a cure. Once we leave the ruins, I'll find a way to detoxify you. Until then, stay with me." Qing Lin nodded gently. Those around them were bewildered, seeing an enemy suddenly turn into an ally. Xiao Yin waved his hand, retracting the heavenly demon puppet and other puppets into his storage ring. Then he said to Qing Lin, "Put away your bodyguards as well." Qing Lin nodded in response. A green light flashed in her pupils, and the bodyguards instantly transformed into fine green beams, returning to her eyes. Xiao Yin and the others were astonished at this sight. The azure serpent triflower pupil was indeed extraordinary. Seeing their reaction, Qing Lin explained with a smile, "Once the azure serpent triflower pupil matures, it can form a unique space within my eyes, allowing me to store controlled objects. However, there are limitations. The storage capacity must increase gradually with my strength. But the creatures I control will gradually weaken because the azure serpent triflower pupil absorbs their strength and feeds it back to me." This revelation made Xiao Yin and the others gasp. The power of these eyes was terrifying. With this ability, Qing Lin could grow stronger without training, merely by controlling powerful beings. "It's not that terrifying," Qing Lin continued. "The absorption rate is very slow, and with my current strength, I can only control Dozun-level beasts below 2 stars, and no more than 3 at a time. Moreover, the control only works on magical beasts with serpent bloodlines. For humans or other beasts, this ability is ineffective and can only provide some auxiliary benefits." Xiao Yin sighed. "No wonder your strength has increased so rapidly. 10 years ago, you weren't even considered a Do practitioner, and now you've reached Dozun. This cultivation speed is astonishing." Though he expressed amazement, Xiao Yin knew well that there were fewer than 10 people like Qing Lin on the entire continent. The azure serpent triflower pupil was truly the world's top strange eye, powerful beyond belief. Venerable Tianhua also sighed, feeling a bit disheartened. He had cultivated arduously for so many years, only for others to catch up in less than a decade. Anyone would feel a bit unbalanced in such a situation. Seeing everyone speechless with amazement, Xiao Yin waved his hand with a wry smile. "This is innate talent. No point in being envious. Let's go to the main hall. If we're late, others might take the treasures." The group made a brief preparation and left the secluded pill chamber. At that moment, more and more strong fighters were arriving on the 3rd floor of the pill hall, and sounds of skirmishes could often be heard from the pill chambers. Most of the pill chambers had already been ransacked. So, Xiao Yin had no interest in further exploration. Instead, his group directly found the exit passage and left, proudly carrying the highly coveted pill beast that many others desired. On their way, they naturally attracted a lot of attention. Some gazes lingered on the pill beast in the arms of the little fairy doctor, but no one could recognize its true identity. Coupled with the terrifying strength of Xiao Yan's group, anyone with a bit of sense would avoid trying to block their path. After they smoothly exited the pill hall, they were momentarily dazed by the intersecting passages. This relic was vast, and reaching the main hall wouldn't be easy. "I'll lead the way. I found a rough map inside the relic and know where the main hall is," Qing Lin said with a smile to Xiao Yin. After identifying the direction, she flew off. The complexity of the ancient relic far exceeded Xiao Yan's expectations. Following Qing Lin through the winding corridors felt like navigating a maze. Fortunately, this feeling only lasted for about 10 minutes. Suddenly, the view expanded, and after advancing a bit further, a massive, ancient hall finally appeared before them. The hall was immensely vast, making people standing inside seem like tiny ants. In the center of the hall, 10 enormous spheres of light floated in midair. Within the dazzling, brilliant light, one could vaguely see scroll-like objects. Xiao Yin and his companions' hearts pounded at the sight of these light spheres. Could these be the legendary heavenly rank Do techniques? Their eyes swept over the spheres, exuding a peculiar, oppressive force. Suddenly, Xiao Yan's gaze fixed on the center of the 10 light spheres, where a stone seat stood. Sitting cross-legged on it was a jade-white skeleton, the remains of a Do Sheng. Looking at the remains of the Do Sheng, Xiao Yin felt his mouth go dry. This was the first time in his life he had seen the remains of a Do Sheng. Although it was just bones, the oppressive aura emanating from deep within the skeleton weighed heavily on them, as heavy as a 1,000-pound load. So this is the main hall of the relic, Qing Lin murmured softly. Xiao Yin nodded slightly, his gaze moving away from the light spheres and the skeleton to the center of the hall. Inside the hall, figures crowded around, most of them from renowned factions in the Central Plains. Apart from the Heavenly Demon Phoenix clan and the Wind Lightning Pavilion, powers like the Ice River Valley and the Flame Burning Valley were also present. As they entered the hall, Xiao Yin noticed several towering stone seats where dozens of stone-like figures sat cross-legged. The little fairy doctor whispered in surprise. These seem to be quite high-level puppets, probably comparable to the heavenly demon puppets. If I'm not mistaken, these dozen or so puppets should all have Dozun-level strength. We need to be cautious and stick together later. Xiao Yin solemnly reminded them, then turned his head, quickly putting on a smile as he gestured towards a particular direction. Following his gaze, the little fairy doctor and others saw members of the flame-burning valley. Hee hee, Xiao Yin, you've come at just the right time. The seal here is gradually weakening. It probably won't be long before it completely dissipates, Tangjin said with a smile as he approached Xiao Yin with the strong individuals from the flame-burning valley. He then asked, Xiao Yin, can you tell which of these 10 spheres contains a heavenly rank Do technique? Upon hearing Tangjin's question, Xiao Yin narrowed his eyes slightly. Spiritual power spread from his brow, but after sensing for a moment, he shook his head. The seal completely blocks all detection. This is a trap set by a Do Sheng. With my current abilities, it's impossible to see through. At this point, it's a matter of luck to see who fares better. Tangjin chuckled. Even with enough luck, it won't be sufficient. With so many people eyeing it, obtaining a heavenly rank Do technique would make you a target of everyone's envy. Xiao Yin nodded in agreement. Tangjin glanced at the Ice River Valley and then surveyed the puppets sitting around them. It's going to get chaotic here later. If something unexpected happens, maybe we can cooperate. Also, watch out for those puppets. Xiao Yin squinted slightly, nodding gently. The current situation was exceedingly complex. He not only had to be wary of adversaries, but also cautious of these mysterious and powerful puppets. His gaze swept across the spheres in the hall, eventually stopping abruptly at the skeleton on the stone seat. A thought stirred in his mind. The old man Yao needs the skeleton of a strong individual to refine a body, and this Do Sheng skeleton is remarkably intact. If used as a foundation, I wonder if it could help old man Yao ascend to the level of Do Sheng. As they waited for the seal to be lifted, more and more powerful individuals and factions flooded into the hall. Xiao Yin closed his eyes slightly, his spiritual perception enveloping the hall. Suddenly, a strange laughter echoed through the grand hall. Ha ha, looks like I'm not too late. Upon hearing this familiar laughter, a surge of killing intent flashed in Xiao Yan's eyes. Sharp sound waves spread through the vast main hall, followed by the sound of breaking wind outside the hall, accompanied by the spread of black mist. This unique entrance method made many people recognize their identity. It was actually people from the Soul Hall. Xiao Yin fixed his gaze on the figure in midair, his face becoming increasingly cold. Among the figures at the forefront was an elderly man dressed in gray-white robes, his withered face carrying a hint of sinister smirk. It was none other than star-plucking old ghost, who had fought Xiao Yin to a draw, leaving both severely injured. Have your injuries completely healed? Xiao Yin glanced at star-plucking old ghost, then his gaze lingered on the latter's right arm, which was conspicuously empty, only a sleeve remaining. So, star-plucking old ghost has become one-armed old ghost now. Xiao Sooner said with a smile, a hint of schadenfreude in her laughter. In midair, star-plucking old ghost looked down upon the entire hall. Some of the strong figures who had encountered him before in the hall noticed his empty sleeve and showed expressions of confusion, jesting, "How did this old ghost lose an arm?" Star-plucking old ghost seemed to sense these gazes as well. His mouth twitched slightly, but his scanning gaze suddenly froze. Then, a roar filled with killing intent echoed through the hall. "Xiao Yin, you're still alive." Upon hearing star-plucking old ghost's sudden roar, the gazes in the hall turned towards the slightly slender figure of the young man. Xiao Yin responded, "If you, old ghost, are still alive, how can I die before you? Impudent brat. Today, I will avenge my severed arm." Star-plucking old ghost's eyes instantly turned bloodshot. For star-plucking old ghost, having his arm blasted off by Xiao Yin was an unforgettable disgrace. Despite his injuries having healed, his severed arm could not regenerate. His furious shout elicited gasps of disbelief from the crowd in the hall, who looked at Xiao Yin incredulously. How could this kid possess such power? Even Feng Qinger and the others were dumbfounded. The black-robed elder beside them wore an unpredictable expression, casting a wary glance at Xiao Yin. He knew star-plucking old ghost was stronger than him by some measure, and if Xiao Yin could sever the old ghost's arm, he surely had means to make things difficult for him as well. Tang Zhun, standing next to Xiao Yin, also glanced at him in astonishment, deeply shaken. This young man was clearly not as simple as he appeared on the surface. Ignoring the bewildered gazes of the hall's occupants, star-plucking old ghost trembled and transformed into a black smoke, hurtling fiercely towards Xiao Yin. "Do you want to lose your other arm too?" Seeing his opponent charge angrily, Xiao Yin clenched his fist, 3 heavenly flames immediately appearing in front of him as he coldly shouted. With the appearance of the heavenly flames, the temperature inside the hall instantly rose. Star-plucking old ghost's figure froze in midair. Gradually regaining some composure amidst the searing heat, he muttered to himself, "This kid is surrounded by formidable individuals. Dealing with him would undoubtedly consume too much energy. By then, I might not be able to contend for the relics with the others." His eyes gleamed with calculation as star-plucking old ghost reluctantly suppressed his rage, glaring at Xiao Yin with malice. "Once this relic matter is settled, I'll come back to deal with you properly." "I'll be ready anytime," Xiao Yin sneered coldly. Now that he had officially advanced to the Dozun level, Xiao Yin possessed ample means to handle the old ghost without any fear. Star-plucking old ghost stared at Xiao Yin with a vicious gaze, then with a sweep of his sleeves, he turned and flew away. "This complicates things a bit. I didn't expect the old ghost to show up as well," Fire Sage muttered contemplatively. "Being able to wound the old ghost once means we can wound him a second time," Little Doctor chuckled. Beside her, Ziyin patted Qing Lin on the shoulder. "When the fight starts, don't hold back. If you can kill one, then do it, to make up for your previous mistake." Ziyin considered herself to have joined earlier than Qing Lin, speaking with a certain air of seniority. Though Qing Lin felt a bit uneasy, she nodded earnestly. "Don't worry, since it's a match against Master Xiao Yan's opponent, I won't hold back." Upon hearing this, Xiao Yin and the others couldn't help but laugh. Ziyin nodded satisfactorily. "You do seem to have some understanding after all,"